Formula One is not devoid of problems. This is a sport that is running on constant drama. Honestly, more than a sport, it's peak entertainment. The guy under the spotlight this time is Ferrari's team boss, Mattia Binotto. Believe us, the man is going through a really tough time right now. In today's video, we'll dive into the latest off-season F1 drama. First off, Mattia Binotto resigns from Ferrari Formula One. At the end of the year, Mattia Binotto will step down from his role as team principal for the Ferrari Formula One team, ending his 28-year tenure with the Scuderia. The move comes off as a really big surprise for a lot of reasons, but it's safe to say that we didn't expect it. Mattia Binotto has been an iconic figure in the Ferrari garage. His name comes naturally to Ferrari fans. Earlier this year, Binotto was in charge of what appeared to be the Scuderia's comeback, with Charles Leclerc competing with eventual race winner Max Verstappen for early race victories. The way the year started, it looked like Ferrari would actually grab and get a hold of their long-awaited Drivers' Championship and Constructors' Championship. It seemed as if luck was on their side this time, and they'd cruise toward the glory that Ferrari deserves. However, a disappointing second half of the season saw Ferrari finish in 4th place in the Constructors' Championship, just 39 points ahead of Mercedes-AMG and just over 200 points behind Red Bull. Binotto joined the company back in 1994, and upon leaving, his statement showed a lot of professionalism. He announced it by saying that he was filled with regret. "Mattia, we feel just as bummed hearing you speak this way about leaving. Honestly, why are goodbyes so hard? Wish there was something that could make parting ways easier." Following up, the Ferrari CEO, Benedetto Vigna, gave his statement on this development. Obviously, he had to give a statement. It wasn't a situation he could foresee. This is honestly one of the most historical events in the timeline of Scuderia Ferrari. Vigna said that he'd like to congratulate Binotto on his 28 years with Ferrari. Honestly, in such a respectable organization, spending this long with such respect and command does offer a commendation. He has particularly helped the team in bringing it back to a position of competitiveness, particularly in the past year. The way he took the competition to Red Bull Racing and by schooling Petronas Mercedes team all year around was noteworthy. So it's not to say that Mattia is leaving on a bad note at all. This may be the best way to leave behind his team. The way everyone has worked together in the Ferrari camp and the rhythm that they've created can be carried forward to the next year. It isn't as if he has left the team in an unmanageable position. Whoever takes the helm of this team is going to be in a position of power. They're the contenders to be champions and nothing less. He spoke on behalf of the Scuderia Ferrari fans and talked about how they couldn't help but wish the best for a man like Binotto. Not just him, but the whole organization, especially the people involved back at the factory. But it should be known that these words resonate with everyone who roots for Ferrari. Binotto has done a really good job. You could pour your heart out and take your hat off for this guy. Ferrari also confirmed that the hunt for its next team boss is also underway. This sport is brutal. Whatever comes and goes, nothing will ever wait for you. Let's talk about how this speculation changed into reality. Ferrari first refuted media suggestions of a structural change, but when more rumors surfaced following the season finale in Abu Dhabi, the Scuderia issued a statement on Tuesday morning confirming that Binotto had resigned. Binotto had originally joined as an engineer back in 1995 and took on his current role ahead of the 2019 campaign. After having difficult seasons in 2020 and 2021, Ferrari took advantage of the introduction of F1's brand new rules to become a front-running powerhouse, claiming a 1-2 finish with drivers Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz at the 2022 season's opening race in Bahrain. Leclerc and Charles, however, did not come entirely true because of the strategy mix-ups and driver mistakes. This did bring a lot of unreliability that killed the dream. The team was receiving a lot of criticism, and they weren't having a smooth ride at all. The team has seen a lot of ups and downs during his time. In 2020, the team suffered its worst season in 40 years, having reached a confidential agreement with the FIA after the governing body probed the design of its power unit. Now, let's talk about what Binotto had to say about leaving. He began working for Ferrari's F1 program in 1995 as a test team engineer before transitioning to the race team. Binotto received a promotion to chief engineer for race and assembly in 2007, and in 2009, he was named director of engine and KERS operations. He continued to advance in Ferrari's technical ranks, becoming the team's chief operating officer for the power unit in 2014, after first being promoted to deputy director of engines and electronics in 2013. Before being appointed team principal in early 2019, he served as Ferrari's chief technology officer for 2.5 years. Upon leaving, Binotto spoke about how the team is strong, ready, and more united than ever. They are ready to take up a challenge with or without him. Not to mention, he talked about how hard this decision was for him, but it's the right decision coming at the right time. He wished them the best for their future, although it's important to know that just 2 weeks prior, Ferrari shot off rumors that Binotto would leave the team. They called claims that Alfa Romeo team principal Frederic Vasseur would take over as team principal rumors that were completely without foundation. Prior to making the statement, Binotto said he had spoken with Elkann about the reports to talk candidly about what was the best way possible to move forward before the season-ending Abu Dhabi Dhabi Grand Prix last weekend. Next, we are going to look into Ferrari's target for 2023. Let's dive into why Binotto's exit leaves Ferrari with an impossible target for F1 2023. Although Mattia Binotto's departure as Formula One team principal may have satisfied some of his critics, the effects could be disastrous for the whole team in a number of ways. Even though Ferrari's reliability issues and strategy mistakes made headlines in 2022, Binotto's numerous underrated skills were crucial in getting the team back in front in the first place, despite the fact that he became an easy target for the attackers during this time. The effects of a new manager taking over might be huge after a season in which it learned some hard lessons about the level of excellence required to be a title contender. Binotto had a broad range of responsibilities for what is arguably the most stressful position on the grid, because he was a team manager who was knowledgeable about the technical aspects of engines, cars, and their operation, as well as the political aspects of the F1 paddock, the FIA, and the media. Not to mention how losing Binotto creates these unforeseen problems. Due to the loss of Binotto, Ferrari is now without a team manager who may have had the most detailed understanding of car/engine design and performance characteristics among his peers. He also had a clear understanding of the difficulties and trade-offs involved in creating a race-winning package. Since winning in Formula One is all about small improvements, Binotto's understanding of Ferrari's philosophy and driving forces was crucial in assisting the team in taking the necessary steps to mend fences with Red Bull in 2023 and fend off the resurging Mercedes threat. Ferrari will be without that in-depth knowledge due to Binotto's looming departure at what may be the year's most crucial time as it puts its new car together. Any new team manager will need several months to fully understand Ferrari's design philosophy, organizational structure, and cost cap spending strategy. Additionally, the 2023 title race might already be all but over by the time they catch up with events. Having been a part of the team since 1995 and rising through the ranks after starting in the engine department, Binotto was also well-versed in the workings of Maranello politics. When he was a part of the system, he witnessed how it operated. After moving up to the position of team principal, he established the structure he believed would assist move the system forward. Lastly, is this history repeating itself for Ferrari's team? The most fruitful period in Ferrari's history occurred when Jean Todt was successful in keeping the racing team away from the outside politics and criticism that could bring it to its knees. Even though Ferrari missed out on the drivers' titles, it could have won in 1997 and 1998, but there was no immediate movement to replace the management. Giving it time to develop and take the next step was all that was needed for things to go forward, just as they did when they started a run of success that would stretch until the middle of the 2000s. The scenario that Binotto told rang true as much during the Todt era as it does now. Bringing Ferrari back to the top of F1 was a long-term undertaking and was not going to happen quickly. Ferrari had a good start to 2022 that, if anything, distorted the progress because it significantly outperformed predictions and the direction they were on. That's a wrap for this video. Are you gonna miss Binotto? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.